Welcome to Mornings with Patricia. Happy Monday. It is Sunday afternoon right now, and we just got back from going to Wilco. Yeah, so if you've never been to Wilco, hello, go to Wilco. It is, okay. See, I used to think it was bookstores that was my downfall, but uh, it could be Wilco also. Another place I really love to go is 13th Street Nursery in Salem. Uh, anyway, I want to talk about connection and how we can connect today. And I want to talk about it in terms of how we make connection maybe with others, but really what I'd really like to talk about, because it's on my mind today, is connection with Mother Earth and all the life forms around. So we have been buying and planting plants, and Bruce has prepared a really beautiful garden for me, and him and Michael set up the rows, and so I'm going to go out and plant. And at first we said, well, we're not going to have a big garden. And now, oh my goodness, stop me, okay? Just stop me. We have broccoli, we have cauliflower, and then I'm like, what is this? They have little fingerling potatoes and onions and garlic and shallots. I am so excited. I am so excited. And okay, not very long ago, the city of Almsville said if you live within the city limits, you are now okay to have up to 4 chickens, but no roosters, only hens. So we were at Wilco, and they have the little tiny chicks and then the little bigger chicks, and like, oh my goodness. And I was just so happy looking at those, and Bruce is going out today and building a pen, and that is our anniversary gift to each other's, is 4 hens. And connection. I feel like maybe I'm just telling you stories today, but I'm so excited. It's that reconnection with the earth, and spring, and all the plants, and I can feel the energy. So when I was doing the celebration of life, Bob Howell's celebration of life yesterday, there was a quote. I think it was his daughter, or maybe his stepdaughter had put in that Bob had said, a weed is just a flower in the wrong place. So I find it kind of difficult to weed. I always have. Every time I do weed, I talk to the weeds and ask them to just gently release, so I don't have to pull on them. I don't have to stress them out. So, but I don't like to weed. Not that I mind the act of weeding. It's just that I don't like determining what should stay and what should go. So a lot of times I'll just talk to the weeds. Another connection I can tell you about, which is, it's a pretty interesting one, and this probably happens. See, we've been at this house 14 or 15 years. So this probably happened within the first couple of years we were here. We had really bad gopher problems, and Bruce had tried all the natural stuff, and nothing was working. Nothing was working. So he was going to take more drastic measures, and I couldn't feel okay about that. So I asked him to give me a few days, and he said okay. So I went out to the gopher hole, and I sat down and I talked to the gophers. And I asked them, I told them what was going on, and I told them, I'm sorry that there's such a thing as places where you can't be. And I apologized to them, and then I told them what was going to happen, and that it really disturbed me. And could they please move on to the big field right next door? And they did. And they did. It kind of makes me tearful. I just feel there's this alive connection with plants. They have a consciousness, and all different sorts of animals. We have skunks. I think I've told you that have been coming here for many, many years. And this batch, not so much, but sometimes we're able to go and pet the skunks. And we've had little possums that we've raised as little tiny babies up till, they were old enough to leave. I just feel very grateful. And even when we lived in Salem, we would have wildlife come to us, because they knew it was safe. They knew they had a haven there. Um, and it's that connection. I don't know. I don't know who I would be. Not that I'm defined by it, but I don't know who I would be without being able to put my hands in the soil or having connection with wildlife and all sorts of animals. I'm having visions of sitting on the ground and having those 4 chicks in my lap. When I was a kid, my dad got me a kid, a little nanny goat, and she was just a baby. And so I had to bottle feed her. And every night I would go out and I was giving her her night bottle. She would crawl up in my lap and I would sing her, lullabies until she fell asleep. So as she got older, and she got to be a big goat, she still would crawl up in my lap and I would sing her lullabies. So she would go to sleep. And so I didn't stay over at friend's house very often, but I decided to one night. And when I came home, Mom and Dad says, "You've got to do something," because that goat would not go to sleep. And finally, Mom had to go out and sing her lullabies. They were not very happy with me. So, I guess what I'm saying is that everything is receptive. Everything is receptive. If we would just take the time to make that connection, here it is your day, and even if you don't have a big yard or, by the way, a little sidetrack. They have a book out, and I forget, I just saw it at Wilco. It's called Square Foot Gardening, and they have things on the internet too. So you don't have to have a big place to have a garden. You can do square foot gardening, and it's amazing. So I just really urge you to check that out. If you're not into gardening and you don't care to do that, I totally understand. But go and take your shoes off and put your feet on the grass. Make some connection with the mother today. Go look at the river. Feel the breeze. It is. I think we forget how amazing it is to be alive in the physical world and have these 5 senses we use. Not so much just the 6th sense, that's always important, but our 5 senses. 30 years ago, I lost my sight from allergic reaction to tetracycline, and they said I would never see again. And as many of you know, for whatever reason, I have now lost my peripheral vision, and so I'm not driving. And, maybe it'll come back, maybe it won't. I'm just so lucky to have my on-sight. But because I'm not driving, it has slowed me down. So I don't have this need. If it gets something in my head, I plan when I go to the store now. I plan these things. And what I've noticed is I have so much more time to actually make connection, fall in love with my home. And, I always cook for the family. That's my thing. But, I don't like fast food. So, I'm, kind of traditional about the well-balanced meals. And so I get to plan that better now, and I get to enjoy. I'm just noticing I'm enjoying everything. And when you make that connection, take that time today to make that connection for yourself, whatever that looks like. And you'll notice your stress reduces. And you'll notice that you'll want to laugh more. And you are just excited about the little things, Yeah, Bruce and I, in over a week, we're going to be married for 30 years, been together 31. And, okay, now I think I might cry. I'm just really thankful for such a wonderful husband. We're getting each other chickens for our anniversary. How crazy is that? And yet I can't think of a better anniversary gift. I was just so touched. Okay, sorry. That was just kind of crazy. I hope you find really good connections today. The little things. If you go down by Pringle Park in Salem, they have the the little ducks out there, and you can go down and sit and watch the ducks and the water there, the creek. There's really some beautiful things. I was telling somebody the other day, I think I had read many years ago that Salem is known as the city of trees. It has the most trees of any city. And I would just think about, the Capitol Mall there with all the cherry trees and the grounds. And it's really an amazing city. So if you live in Salem, go and enjoy it. I remember when I moved to Salem, I was so amazed. I said to Bruce, look at it. It's like almost every street is tree lined. I wonder how often we notice those things and are appreciative. You could, if you live in Salem, you could imagine, you might live in a big concrete jungle, but you don't. You have these amazing places you can connect with. So please just take some time. Take some time. Sit on the ground. I was planting the other day, and Bruce had put boxes on our back deck so I could put my herbs in them. And I was sitting, and I could feel the heat of the planks underneath me. That the heat, the warmth in my butt, and I was like, oh my goodness, this feels so good. And I just had to lay down, and let the sun just, oh, wow. And the other thing is, Bruce and I were talking today, I miss the connection with people on Sundays. We don't do the Sunday gatherings anymore, and I know that some of our ministers are thinking about doing that again at Sacred Space. But, Bruce works all week and it's busy, and I'm gone a lot during the week at Sacred Space teaching classes, and I really love having the weekends. And I've never fallen out of love with Bruce, but I didn't think it was possible to fall more deeply in love with him. I thought, but I'm just noticing, having the weekends with him has been amazing to make that connection. And it's been amazing to make the connection with myself. I'm learning, like, wow, I knew these pieces of Patricia were here, but, just having quiet time, sitting out back and just doing my breathing. I'm falling in love with myself more and more. It's an amazing thing. When you make connections with yourself, and you have this ability to fall in love with yourself. Now, I know not all of you that watch this live in Oregon or in Salem, Oregon, but wherever you live, I bet there are some amazing places around you, like maybe your own backyard. So I'm just hoping that you make that lovely connection for yourself today, or if you're watching it this evening on a Sunday evening, connect. Go do something to connect. Okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to go play in the yard. It's not sunny, but it's not rainy either, and it's calling me. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I love myself. I love you. Hey, have a happy, happy Monday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.